actually, a lot more people think if you could just literally just shoot people at the border, like they wouldn't come anymore. Would you put alligators out there or snakes in the water?
Would we want to be a country that shot people who came across the border then?
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, well, this will be an interesting conversation.
Because you can't just let everyone overrun the country because you're gonna make it so the whole boat crashes, tips over and sinks. You want to only let in a certain amount, and you want to merit. You don't want, and you want to scream too. You don't want just people to walk in by foot. Right. You want them to come by airplanes. You want them to come by trains. You want to screen them. You don't know who they are before they come in.
So once in a while, if you shot some, you think it would scare people from coming?
And why do people think that we have to be the country that lets everyone in? Like everyone's under this brainwashing that you have to let everyone in or you're a mean person or something.
Nobody's actually arguing for open borders, but I think we're well past the idea that conversations at a Trump rally will be grounded in reality.
We want the country to go back to how it was,
In what ways? What did you prefer then to now?
Well, I mean, obviously a lot of things didn't get accomplished because he tried, to close the border and all that stuff. That's important to us, but he wasn't able to accomplish all the way. We like this travel ban to keep America safe. We liked how he was trying to take money away from, tell NATO countries to, start, putting more money out,
When you say the travel ban, the Muslim travel ban?
Yeah. Because, I mean, you gotta keep the country safe, even though if it hurts some people's opinion, feelings,
Oh, the Muslim ban. Yeah, you got to keep this country safe. I mean, let's ignore the fact that far-right Christian nationalists are far and away the biggest domestic terrorists in this country.
Do you think that a bill in Congress that would allow the president to shut down different border crossings as he saw fit or she saw fit, do you think that would be a good thing to have in place?
Yeah, you should only allow, only a few people in here, based on merit, but also they should have to be able to take care of themselves. That's the important thing that no party's talked about. We don't have any extra money to be given to other people that are coming here. I mean, it's not necessarily doesn't mean that you're racist. It just means you need to take care of your own.
That is what we call self-reporting. Notice the interviewer never brought up bigotry or racism, but the interviewee did. Because he knows what he's saying.
When we were talking earlier, when you said you would support that bill, he urged members of Congress to not support such a bill. What would you say to Trump about that?
You pretty much have to do what Texas is doing. You have to make it a crime to enforce it by the states. Because what happens is when different parties come in, they don't want to enforce certain things, So you need to have each state make it legal.
But Texas is a state and it's a federal law, so you still support Texas overriding the U.S. government?
Hell yeah. It's just maybe it's not legal, legally, right? But morally, it's what people want.
They're like children. We don't care about what's legal. This is what we want.
Crime in Venezuela sure is going down, and that's because they are all coming through our wide open borders. Criminal, illegal aliens coming through.
Look, it's hard to blame these folks at Trump rallies when they get their news from Fox News. Okay? They make it really scary. They make these immigrants sound like the absolute worst people on the planet. They're invading us.
The Speaker of the House needs to hold the line. That's what voters wanted a Republican majority for this Congress, and they expect us to do our job, not cave to a president that is failing America and is leading the attack on Texas and the American people.
In Texas, we believe we are following the Constitution. Article 4, Section 4, Article 1, Section 10, Clause 3. We have a right to defend American citizens and Texas citizens, and we're going to do it. And we're going to win at the court. We passed Senate Bill 4. I wrote most of that bill along with Governor Abbott, and that bill will be before the Supreme Court that says we have a right to defend ourselves against invasion, because this is an invasion from third world countries.
Well,
they're coming here with health issues. They're uneducated, unemployed.
We hear
they do is commit crime on the streets.
We hear the urgency from you. To your point, not all, but certainly we have numbers to show that many of them do have these issues and are causing these problems and committing crimes.
I mean, let's leave aside the fact that they're mostly just here to get a better life for their kids, okay, like every generation of immigrants. But if you're watching Fox News and you're listening to that kind of blatantly racist rhetoric all the time, then yeah, you're probably going to be like, shut down the borders. These people are a threat to our national security and our way of life. And when you say, when was this country great? Well, they're going to go back to some time. But if you go back far enough, this is what you're going to come to. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. Unless, of course, you're a Republican and you watch Fox News all the time, in which case you believe the lie that immigrants bring us nothing but disease and crime and leech off of our system, and they're queens and kings of welfare, which completely ignores the reality that if not for immigrants, our economy wouldn't be as strong as it is. If not for immigrants, our workforce wouldn't be as strong as it is. If not for immigrants, we wouldn't have some of the world's greatest companies home here in America. Okay? The fact is, immigrants commit less crime than US-born citizens, significantly so. And immigrants, even ones that are here illegally, pay billions of dollars a year in state and federal taxes. You see, immigrants are what make this country strong and what make us great, at least our ideals. And if we stop accepting immigrants, who are we? A nation of immigrants that has closed the door because what? We're not strong enough to support them? When the reality is, it is them that supports us. I'm David Balaban for Rebel HQ.